What's up, guys? It's Morgan from Lynchpin. Today I'm going to break this video down into a few important pieces. Number one, I'm going to identify the two most important indicators that you can possibly use in trading. My consistency and my trading ability went through the roof once I realized that I was overlooking the two most important indicators throughout the whole process. Number two, I'm going to explain the indicators that I personally use outside of that and explain why I prefer those in particular. Third, I'm also going to identify the most important thing that made my trading more consistent on top of using these two indicators. Let's go. First up, we're looking at a live chart this morning of Snapchat. This is a 5-minute chart just for reference. I have many indicators that I'm using here, but I want to explain the two most important ones. It's not the moving averages. It's not the reversal indicator. It's not the TTM scalper alert. It's not even the RSI. Simply put, it is price and volume. But hear me out before you run away from this. The price is where you are making your money or losing your money. It's all about entry and exit. Now I'm going to give you the hack, the one thing that changed my trading entirely. This is the honest truth. I stopped trading multiple names. I spoke with a bunch of really successful day traders that I noticed kept trading the same names, and I asked them, what was the one thing that cracked the code for you? And they said, we simplified by trading the same stock repeatedly. Let me reemphasize that. Trading the same stock repeatedly. The reason for this, they began to recognize the price action and volume day to day when it was an outlier and when it was a standard day. That made it more likely for them to be able to judge whether the stock was going to go up or down, and it didn't really make a difference what time frame they were trading on, whether they were swing trading longer term or they were day trading / scalping. I have observed this same thing once I started trading Snap repeatedly because it's volatile enough throughout the day. Options make me better money, but these ones are affordable enough that when I started with my small account, it grew quickly. Now, in order to get comfortable with the stock, I did exactly what I'm doing right now. The market is open, and instead of trading, I'm watching the stock. I'm making this video. And the reason for this is because I needed real time. So as I started observing the stock, the price action, the volume, the general movement of Snap, I would make hypothetical trades. Oh, it looks good right here. I like the volume on the second candle of the day. I would enter here. And then I would watch the stock and use those hypothetical trades. If you use the on-demand feature in Thinkorswim, you can't do it with live data, but you can go back to previous days, which is also something I would do to go to observe massive move days. For instance, a day like this where you had a big move down and it continued throughout the day. This is so I could understand how the stock moved on various days and different types of movements. I did this for about 2 weeks. Once I was more comfortable that I actually had a pretty good feel for what normal volume looked like, then I started to put my money on the line. And I started very small. This is another key component to this whole thing of learning how to trade, I think, is not throwing your life savings. I love Wall Street Bets. I love a lot of the things that they do. But if you're really wanting to become consistent long term and really gain an advantage on the market, then I think you need to approach it differently than that. Again, it's as simple as that. Price and volume. Observe them for a stock. Observe how the stock moves day to day. Watch that stock over a few days or weeks, and then attempt to trade that. I promise it's going to feel different because you're going to start to recognize trends. You will start to know that stock, and you may not trade it perfectly, but you're going to learn over time, and you up that probability that you're going to be right more often than not. Another massive advantage, you only have to watch news for one particular stock. Now, does that mean that the overall market won't affect it? No. The overall market could drop off, it could run, it could do any number of things. The key, though, is understanding how that particular stock moves, because the truth is a lot of these stocks move very similar day to day to day. Now, there will be outliers, but at the same time, you're just increasing your probability. What are my other indicators, you ask? will pay $10,000 to my coach. No, I'm not going to charge anything. This is ridiculous. Don't pay anyone for indicators. All right, guys. So the indicators that I personally like to use are the moving average exponential close 9, the moving average exponential HL2 with the 14 period. And then I have this A1 trend reversal. That's just what I call it. This was found on a forum. I will link that indicator, that forum down below. And this works in Thinkorswim. That script, I don't know how to get it into TradingView or any other platform, so I apologize for that. But that's what I use. That's what these bubbles are. And it's a pretty decent indicator. Then I have the TTM scalper alert, which actually signals more often. And I actually have had some success using this as a confirmation. And then on top of that, I want to highlight the RSI. I use a 10 period instead of the 14 period. For me, I feel like this is actually much more accurate. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. I will also link this A1 better volume. I don't think it's completely accurate. However, I do like the fact that volume is not, just blue candles or green or red, depending on whether the candle is green or red. I think it does an okay job of trying to display, here's how much sell volume and how much buy volume there is. So it's pretty close. It's helpful enough. Now, the reason I like those indicators is because they're looking for moves that are out of character. So essentially, you're looking for a situation where the stock gets overbought, oversold, overheated, or overcold. That's all I'm looking for. If it oversells, I want to catch the bounce up. If it gets hot to the upside, I want to catch the top and short it down. Okay. And I play snap both ways using calls and puts. Puts are the poor man's short, and you have to put up a lot less capital. Could you use other indicators outside of these? Absolutely, guys. I'm not saying that you can't use other indicators. However, mine have a specific purpose of these are indicators that I have actually spent time observing, just like the price and volume, multiple days, weeks, months, years now with Snapchat, and understanding when they do a pretty good job of indicating. Notice how this one didn't lead to the stock going up, but this one did. Notice how this one did cause it to go down, or did indicate it going down, but this one did a good job of signaling that reversal as well. This trade was really strong. Look at the volume. It looks really good. All I want to point out is that price and volume are the key. Everything else is just confirming and is delayed. These moving averages do move with it, but they can still be delayed, especially when these candles start punching through. And it's hard to recognize, is it actually selling off, or is it just preparing and getting loaded up to bounce? So let's recap. Nothing beats price and volume. Guys, you are literally trading price by entry price and exit price. That should be a no-brainer, but people keep looking for, should I use CCI? Should I use RSI? Should I use this oscillator? I don't think there's an amazing, perfect indicator out there. Maybe there will with algorithms and some of that stuff, auto trading of some kind. But I'm telling you, if you're manually trading, price action and volume will tell you basically everything you need to know. My other indicators, while I love them, the RSI and stuff like that, is just there as a form of confirmation to complement the price action and the volume action. And as I've observed Snap over time, I've come to understand what a standard move is and what an outlier big move is. And it's helped me make way more money because I understand, hey, hold on to this position for a little bit longer, or close it out. It's getting weak. Take your profits and run. I appreciate every single one of you tuning in. I hope these videos are helpful. I have a ton of different videos out right now, including trading the same stock repeatedly, where I go more into detail on that. I have multiple indicator videos. I actually have some live trades where oftentimes I'm only trading 3 to 5 minutes in just a small test account to show you guys exactly what I'm doing in my main account that I don't share. So if you guys have any questions, thoughts, comments, comment down below. I really appreciate you guys, and I hope this was helpful in some small way. And please, please, please find free YouTube content from people who will actually show you what they're doing, actually show you their indicators, actually show you live trades, because the rest of these so-called gurus that are really pathetic and looking to fleece you out of money are just marketing themselves, when in reality, they're not selling you anything helpful, and they're disgusting and pathetic, and I'd love to just shut them all down. But anyways, I appreciate you guys, and I hope this helps at least one of you out in your trading. And thanks so much for stopping by. Please consider liking and subscribing. Appreciate you guys again. Take care. Bye.